Okay, so in this fourth video we will go forward in the scripting, maybe adding the lights, and to start we'll continue to clean the resources of the table. We already did for the sounds, the different sounds, we're keeping only the mechanical ones, and for the font we removed everything. Also, we can do it for the musics because it will be embedded in the ROM, in the visual pinball ROM. So as you can see, it's tedious. If you guys can do some script for it, do not hesitate. But we can't do it using another way. We will also remove the image list. Actually, this one is not used, but let's remove it. And we will remove also the light list manager. So this light list is used to make the lamp shows, and it's also driven by the ROM. Okay, let's save it. Okay, let's do some cleaning inside the table itself. So first, we won't need any timer, so you can remove all the timers. This will clean it quite a lot. To delete, don't forget to unlock it. Let's see if, okay, it's a recovery and so forth. So we can remove these. Also, there are maybe some into the translate panel. No, it's okay. We won't need the light sequence neither. Okay, and so now we come to the second tedious part. Actually, there is a trick that a lot of Future Pinball programmers did. It was, sorry, I will check something. Okay. It was for the Playfield lamps. Actually, they included a decay between the lamp itself and the lamp source, and move it by script to prevent some bugs into Future Pinball, but we don't need it, so we have to do it manually and take it back. It was quite common, so a lot of Future Pinball table has this kind of features. By the way, we can increase also the radius if we want to for some lamps. Be careful with that though, because it's quite intensive in United Pinball if you use pixel lights. So we'll do it for every lamps, and I will pause for you. Okay, 3 to go, and it's not really important if you're not really precise. Actually, it even adds some realism to the table if the light is not perfectly centered to the playfield light. So I did it. Hopefully there is not too much lamps on this table, so it was not so long. It took maybe some 2 or 3 minutes. I will save it, and I will save on a new version of the table, and I'll add it on the changelog, just to know what I did in every table version. So there was the Playfield light center. Okay, right. So now I will import it into, just to check that there was no problem when I cleaned everything. We can remove this one and this one and import the new version. I'll pause. Okay, actually it's quite fast. Less than a minute to load this one. So it's okay, there was no problem, and we can see in the playfield that all the lamps are centered. Alright, just to be sure, you can go into table option and reduce the main light intensity, maybe change the main light color and the ambient light. Okay, so now you can see all the lamps, and also we can see that there is quite a little problem in here. It's that all the lamps are completely white. All the playfield lamps are white. It sometimes happens. You can change it, of course, in the pinball, in the table itself. To do it, for example, go back to IPDB and let's watch some table if you don't know the table by heart, and change the color, the lamp color. I don't have okay, for example this one on the playfield. Actually I used IPDB, but we can use anything else. So we'll not do it for all the lamps. You can do it yourself if you want. Okay, let's see, it's in red. Oh, it reminds me that I can this way I can tell you a thing about how we handle the colors of the playfield lamps, and all the lamps, by the way. It's by default it's an old lamps. It's a tinted with yellow to mimic the yellowish look of the different lamps, and if you want LED style, you can add a parameter to the lamp name. For example, on this one, you can add, it's an URL style parameters, so you can do this kind of thing, LED equal in something. For the LED parameter there are no value to add, so you can let it. I will save it like this, and you will see the difference between the two when I re-import it. It will be not really visible. It's really subtle, but the difference is here, so it's important to notice it. So these colors were okay. Okay, oh no, it's more reddish too. Okay, I will pause and continue changing the lamp's color, and I'll see you later. Okay, so I did it approximately. It's not really important to do it, and moreover you can do whatever you want, especially on real pinballs. You can change the colors doing LED. so I'll save, add it into the changelog, and we'll launch it and see if there is a difference between okay, sorry, close this one, if there's a difference with between the LED and the other one. So as you can see also, I use really tinted and really saturated colors. It's important in United Pinball because it really pops up the lights, and it gives an interesting effect. Also, we will see later how it works in United Pinball to do the decals, because it seems that there are a lot of decals in here, and we'll check that. There is a missing options in United Pinball. It's the border colors. The borders are not made yet, but it will be. Okay, so if we can check in the table options, lowering it and lowering the ambient light. Okay, using F to move on the free cam. Well, there's not much difference because for the red it's I should have used it on the white one, but the tint is really light, so you can check it in here. You can try on a white light and it will be more visible. Okay, I will remove it from there. Okay, if you say so. Now let's do some script, and what we want to do is link all those lights. We will start with the Playfield lights to VPM. So let's open the script and go to the function which links those lights, and it is, we will close everything just to be okay. It's the init lamps object. So as you can see here, and what did Luizu was is just as simple as adding a lamp using the add lamp function, its name, and the number of the VPM lamp slot. It can be quite tedious, and I have another option. You have another option, is by renaming all the lights inside the FPT table in the same manner as it's done in most of the VP table. For example, if you select this one, it's L48. What does it mean? It means that it's the light for the 48th for the 48th lamp slot in VP. So the best thing to do is to rename those. So for example, let's call this one L29A. Okay, so it's not a good example because sometimes you have multiple lights using the same slot, and we will use the documentation to do it. Let's close this thing and go to the lamp diagram. Alright, we can see it's L29 and we will name it so L29. L31. Also, it seems that the GI lamps, that the slingshot lamps are not VPM driven too. Let's see if we can catch it. Alright, there are no lamps on the VP table. Wait, right now we will wait and we will not add these. Okay, we will concentrate only on the Playfield ones. So this one is L9, L7, L16. I will pause and get you back. And the last three Playfield lights. So, oh, remember to add the L. There's a good practice because to keep track of the lamps you did. As for me, I always print from the documentation those different diagrams, and I can tick, I can check on it all the lights I renamed or verified they worked inside the inside Unit3D Pinball. So I saved, I will say Playfield light renamed. So because, for example, the bumpers lamps, the slingshot lamps are not set yet. There are different here. I don't know which one are they. For example, let's see if the 25 is 25 is a left from sign. So actually it seems to be there is a sign and so on. That's why I prefer checking it on the documentation. So let's try to import it. Oh, sorry, I have to stop it. Of course, we have to link it in the script. So right now, as we have renamed everything, the lamps goes from the number, what did I say? How many lamps are they? Okay, to the, it seems to be 53 right now for the Playfield lamps. So it's far more easier in here. All you have to do is a loop for int I equal 1, I inferior or equal to 53 I plus plus, and it's only add lamp L plus the index just to build the lamp name we just add into FP table, and here just E. So now it will automatically link everything. Of course, there may be some warnings because in the range 1 to 53, not all the lamps have been renamed, but we will see when we import it. So I hope this will work. And as you can see, we saved a lot of space into the script, and it's far more easier like this. It's easy to do for the lamps. Sometimes you have to tune different things for solenoids and so on, but it's also a good practice in my opinion. So if everything works correctly, there should be a lamp show because the VPM ROM should run it quite okay. And there we go. So everything is working quite correctly. I think we did not miss lamps. You can set it. I have to show you a last thing. If you use the full debug mode and relaunch the table, you will see that there is an option in the slot explorer. You can see in the documentation. I will show you in a few minutes. Still recording. The slot explorer is very useful to debug. It lists all the slots and their activations from the so you have when you use the full debug mode, there are just some errors in some tables, but it's not really important. So let's have access to these different menus, and let's open the slot explorer. So as you can see, there are all the lamps. Actually we said that there are 99 lamps. We can see that only 64 are used, and we can use it for the solenoids. But what I wanted to show you is this. If you click on show unassigned lamps, you have a list of all the lamps into the table that are not assigned yet to a slot, and it can be very useful, for example, for the GI. Alright, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed it, and next time we'll do something more interesting and starting to add balls into the game. See ya. Thank you for watching.